welcome to Inside the Scary Mind of a Writer, and I'm Adina Lev, the writer. This is episode 43 of getting my name out there, just vlogging and talking about things. And since I like to talk, I get to fulfill all my happy places. Ah, everything that's been going through my head. We've got the whole Mueller investigation completion paper, blah, blah, blah. Trump saying, just go ahead, put it out there, let everybody know what's going on. Not wrong. I need to trying to say this the right way. My husband is my greatest fan. He will never read my books. He's not a reader, but he will promote the hell out of my books. He will talk about my books. And he really has, over the past 31 years that I've known him, rolled with the punches. I've watched him evolve and be challenged. And he is a son of immigrants. Both his parents were immigrants to this country. And he's always been looked at as white, European, justifiably so. And he checks a box, he checks white. But he wasn't born to white privilege. He did have some advantages that others don't, roof over his head, the ability to go to school, a stay at home mom, these kind of things that you wouldn't necessarily call white privilege. But he did have it easier than a lot of people. Every day, God bless this man's heart. Every day for the past 31 years, I've watched him be challenged. And sometimes I can't get over how much of a Boy Scout he always is. And one of the things that I've seen him get challenged, when I say he rolls with it, I'm not even kidding. When somebody's gay, he doesn't care. You're gay? Great. You're not? Great. I've watched him evolve racially where he was cloistered. He was in a predominantly Jewish neighborhood and predominantly Jewish life. He didn't have a whole lot of exposure to people of brown skin, Asian, Filipino, Indian, Black, whatever. He did not have a lot of exposure. So I've watched him evolve over things. One of the things I cannot get through to him that it's finally coming, I can see the light clicking on a little bit, is that not everybody will do the right thing. Point an example, the whole electoral college. Now, if you've been keeping up with the electoral college, if you know of it, it's just some ubiquitous thing out there. Yes, they decide the president. It's a bunch of freaking people who are appointed by their political party to decide who's going to be our president. You can vote the hell all you want. These people, and I do mean people, they are people. They are humans capable of being bought, being paid for. You don't need to buy an election. You just need to pay these people off. And everybody has their price. It might not be money. It might be prestige. It might be getting your kid into the college of their choice that you really want. It could be a trip to the Bahamas. It could be anything. Everybody has their price. Sometimes you're said, okay, if you don't vote the way I want, your kid is going to get killed. Oh, fuck. Tell me where to sign. I'm buying. Okay, fine. I'll vote however you want me to. It's coming into his head that maybe, just maybe, there wasn't collusion with the Russians. Or maybe there was collusion with the Russians and it was on the Electoral College. And in 2016, the New York Times ran an article defining the Electoral College and spoke about or wrote about how a elector from Michigan, pretty sure it was Michigan, voted the way he wanted. Didn't vote the way that the votes showed he was supposed to vote. He was considered a rogue elector. These things are anonymous. These people are anonymous. And they are political appointments. So how can they not be able to be blackmailed or bought or influenced? That's where the real investigation be going. Put these people out there. Let us know who's on the Electoral College. Let us see their financials. Let us know who is speaking for us, because this whole thing, everybody gets a fair voice. No, they don't. These are people appointing the president. And, well, when you consider Trump got in there, OMG. I did not want Hillary or Trump. Can we just say none of the above? I was a Bernie supporter. But like I said, every day I watch my husband get chipped away a little bit at a time. And this, I don't know if it's going to break him or if it's going to be a big epiphany that maybe, just maybe, not everybody's going to do the right thing. Another point, he's always grown up thinking that the police are on the side of the people. And when you see all these things in the news, the kids getting shot, the kids getting killed, little girl, 9-year-old little girl detained at the border while she was going to school because she did not look enough like her picture. 2 days, the child was detained. And oh, these are isolated instances. No, they're not so isolated anymore. He always thought the police were on his side. One day, and point to the example, one day we were driving and some guy literally cut us off, forcing us into oncoming traffic. And the husband says, "Take a picture of his license plate." I did. We go, and I go, "Why? To what end?" He said, "So, well, we're going to swear out a complaint." Honey, they're not going to, the police aren't going to do squat. They didn't see it. It didn't happen. No, no, I am a citizen. I'm a tax-paying citizen. I know this happened to me. I'm swearing out a complaint. Okay. So we go down to our township. The dispatcher calls in traffic cop, and the traffic cop looks at the picture. Okay, well, it's your word against his, and if you like, I'll go see him and talk to him. I'll run his plate and say, "Dude, that was not cool." But there's nothing. I didn't see it, sir, so I can't file a complaint. My husband was shattered by that. Something he had always held, that people would do the right thing, including the police would do the right thing, and they don't. And that hurt his feelings. Yesterday, we're at the daughter's house, so I'm going to see the new grandson again. And we were talking about squatters and how it's a scam. You have people squatting in these multi-million dollar houses in Miami and all over Florida and here in North Carolina that people have abandoned their houses, or they just moved out of the country and they don't care about their houses. And you have people, squatters, moving in, and the law says if you are getting mail at that house, that is your residence. And one of these squatters, and not one of many of these squatters, they'll have mail sent to them. They will scope out the house, send a letter to the house in their name, get the letter, see proof, I live here. And now it's the house owner's responsibility to prove that they did not give permission for these squatters to live there. And the husband, "Oh, that can't happen." And we start pulling up articles and showing him, "Yeah, see, article after article, it's happening." And he said, "Well, that gives you a reason why you get a lockbox on your mailbox. Then nobody can get the mail out." Well, what if the mailman puts it in there and the people break into the mailbox? He says, "Well, then that's a federal crime. Federal will take care of it." Oh, honey, who are you going to go to report that the mailbox got broke into? They'll just pile that charge on top of all the other charges if they get around, they being the government and the prosecutors, get around to pursuing charges on these squatters. The homeowners are basically screwed. And you could see it chipping away again a little bit. You mean people don't do the right thing and don't live in houses that don't belong to them and they're not prosecuted? How is that even possible? Simple. We are so many people now, and our government is so big, and it just, the little things don't matter anymore. Home Depot. That is his biggest pet peeve. He hates the Home Depot. He boycotted them for 3 years, and even now still will not go into there willingly unless I was like, "Come on, Lowe's has it this price. Home Depot is 50% less. We got to go Home Depot." And he goes, begrudgingly goes in. Honey, do you think that they even noticed that you were boycotting them? They have thousands and thousands of stores with people, thousands and thousands and thousands going into those stores every day. Do you think that one little $150 that you spend is going to make a difference? Do you think your next door neighbor is going to say, well, he's boycotting them because of their practices. I'm going to boycott them too. No, to make a difference, you have to have large, full scale boycotts. I don't know how this is going to evolve for him. It's going to. It's changing him, but I don't want it to change him to a point as I want to keep him cloistered myself. I want to keep him wrapped in cotton and protected because the man is rapidly rising on 60. I'm rapidly rising on 60, and I want to keep some of his innocence intact. Brown people, we are born without innocence. We are told from day one, like it's a white man's world and you happen to be brown, and then worse, you happen to be a brown woman, so you pretty much you have no Disney princess. And they're right. But the white man, he's innocent. And there's a part of me that just wants to protect him and keep him innocent. But to do that, I got to take his passport, lock him in the office, and not let him watch TV. Not going to happen. So that's Boomer. In case you're wondering, that is Boomer. She's decided to join me today. She's our rescue dog, and she is my puppy. And yeah, that's Boomer. So this has been Inside the Scary Mind of a Writer, and I'm Adina Lev, the writer. If you found this interesting, amusing, thumbs up, share. If you just shake your head, my God, somebody get this woman some drugs or at least a glass of wine. Thumbs down, share it. And Google my books, Google my name. I Googled my name, and it's nothing but my books, not those really bad parties that I used to go to in my teens. So this has been Adina Lev, Inside the Scary Mind of a Writer, and I will be babbling at this camera next week. Thanks, y'all. Bye.